the folk. Snoop Doggy Dogg and Dr. Dre is at the door, ready to make an entrance, so back on up, cause you know about to rip up. Give me the microphone first so I can bust like a bubble. Compton and Long.
Hi, my name is Rohan, and my group decided to do Dr. Dre, one of the most influential and relevant people in music. So Dr. Dre was born in Compton, California. He was born Andre Romelli Young. He was born to parents that were both musicians. So automatically he valued music at a young age and grew up to love it. As he grew older, he started hanging out in Los Angeles in a club called Eve After Dark. The culture in LA and Compton at that time was very violent and crime-filled. He was inspired by Grandmaster Flash, who one of his songs, and he eventually became a DJ at the club he was attending. And he derives his name from one of his favorite basketball players, Julius, Dr. J. Irving. And after that, what comes after that was a great career.
Hi, I'm Joseph McGrath. Me and Kayla Grandshaw will be talking about Dr. Dre's early career. In 1992, Dr. Dre left NWA and went on with his then bodyguard, Suge Knight, to create the highly influential Death Row Records. Death Row Records went on to have a major feud with the East Coast in what is probably the biggest rap feud that ever was. Dr. Dre went on to go on and make his first solo album, The Chronic. The Chronic pretty much brought a whole new sound to the rap world that has never been seen before, calling it G-Funk, which basically took elements of jazz that was very, very influential upon Dr. Dre, and adding bass and keeping the hard-hitting lyrics that audiences were used to with the NWA group.
Okay, that same year, Dr. Dre produced Snoop Dogg's debut album, Doggy Style, that went quadruple platinum. In 1996, he left Death Row to establish his own label, Aftermath Entertainment. Dr. Dre's growth strategy expanded when he decided to create his own vision of a new record label called Aftermath Entertainment, which he sold a portion of for $52 million.
Hi, I'm Matt Smith, and I'm going to talk about how Dr. Dre got his start. First, he started off performing with the World Class Wrecking Crew, which led him on to start working with NWA. He started working with NWA because of some motivations. Their intrinsic motivations were that they were empowering the black community. They were also trying to make a name for a new rap genre for people that were in their community to feel empowered also. Their extrinsic motivations were that they were looking for money, they were looking for power, and they were also looking for the money to give back to their communities because they felt so close to their communities because of how there was a violent culture surrounded by it. The lyrics reflected in NWA songs reflected life on the streets with hard-hitting sounds. They also created their first song, Straight Outta Compton, and it successfully sold 2 million copies in a new rap genre that completely came out of nowhere. Fuck the Police started great tension between black youth and police forces, and this has continued to be a culture between black youth and police forces throughout the ages.
Hi, I'm Devin Foley, and I'll be discussing Dr. Dre's later career. Dr. Dre's overall mission with Aftermath Entertainment was to sign artists that he could produce and influence over the course of the rap industry. He signed such acts as Eminem, 50 Cent, The Game, and most recently Kendrick Lamar. Overall, all four of those artists have sold over 100 million copies worldwide. 2001 sold 500,000 copies in the first week, and has sold over 8 million copies to the current date. 2001 was his second album coming out, and it was a very popular album. He produces multiple artists on his record label, as I stated before. He's been in movies in the early 2000s. A very popular movie he was in was Training Day with Denzel Washington. He played a small role in that movie. And he features in many songs being released today, such as I Need a Doctor by Eminem, and he's also been in Kendrick Lamar's recently released album, Good Kid, Mad City.
Now we're going to talk about some of the awards and nominations that Dr. Dre has received over his career. The Aftermath label was an extremely adaptive organization. Throughout its history, it has created new and innovative sounds that have kept it very cultured and within the culture, so that it has been continued to be successful. Dr. Dre has made himself responsible and accountable for every single artist that he produces, and he has made them successful throughout some way. He's received 3 AMAs, which are American Music Awards. He's received 6 Grammys, among many other nominations for many other songs and many other produced albums and songs. He has 2 MTV Music Awards, 3 Source Awards, and Vibe presented him with the Lifetime Achievement Award, which clearly resonates how cultured and how amazing he has done throughout his career.
So in 2001, Forbes ranked Dr. Dre the 3rd richest figure in American hip-hop scene with a net worth of $250 million. Dr. Dre is involved in diversified revenue streams. He has his own record label, Aftermath Entertainment. He's the co-founder of Beats Electronics, which features premium consumer headphones, earphones, and speakers, as well as patented Beats audio software technology. He also has streaming music subscription service with Beats Audio. He is involved in endorsement deals, including Dr. Pepper and HP, to create a better sounding laptop, and Chrysler to develop their sound systems as well. According to the Wall Street Journal, premium headphone sales that were priced at $100 or more accounted for 43% of sales in 2013 in the industry. He released Aftermath Cognac and Vodka, and Dr. Dre also has had acting roles in movies such as Set It Off, The Watch, and Training Day.
Yeah. All right. So now we're going to talk about some of the marketing techniques that Dr. Dre has employed over his successful career. Aftermath Records appeals to a very large range of demographic because it does not only appeal to rap lovers. It also employs many other artists who make very good music, and Dr. Dre makes himself responsible for making a very successful rap label because of all the success he's enjoyed over his years. Beats by Dr. Dre appeal. Through the Beats by Dr. Dre, you can constantly see people all over the world wearing them, and this is because it has an influence on fashion, it has an influence on athletes, and it has influence on other music producers. You can constantly see people at all basketball, football games are wearing Beats for their warm-ups, and this is great advertising for him, and this is why people continue to buy them. But also, at the same time, the over-the-ear headphones are not the only thing that Beats by Dr. Dre does. It also has in-the-ear headphones, which have great technology that is very influential for people who want to make the full experience out of their music listening. So the overall demographic Dr. Dre attracts is about 13 to 50-year-olds because he has been around for so long and has created such successful business ventures and music ventures throughout his career.
Rap's fan base as a whole is constantly changing. There are always new sounds and new people being implemented into the rap world. Dr. Dre is always able to change while still keeping the same feel that his music brought us for so many years. Dre does have a share of hardcore fans, so therefore these newer rap fans may not understand the overall impact and influence that Dr. Dre has had on the genre as a whole. For example, in the last 2 decades, rap has changed very much so. There's new sounds, new everything. But Dr. Dre and Eminem were able to convert their G-Funk and hip-hop into the mainstream and influence a whole new generation of aspiring artists. The music itself is able to be enjoyed by everyone. It's not just the demographics we saw in the past. Now people of any culture, race, and diversity are enjoying the music together. Dr. Dre also, as Matt mentioned before, had a huge cultural phenomenon with his Beats headphones. Came to the point that his name alone sold the product, and then when people heard the quality, the sales skyrocketed, and it has become not only just an earphone, but also a fashion statement for people who can be walking down the street and be wearing them.
Dr. Dre has been one of the most influential people in hip-hop, and he'll continue to be relevant for many years to come. One of the reasons is his Beats Audio, one of the companies, or the biggest company that he's founded. This innovative company will continue to improve as technology does, and this will keep him relevant in the music game for many years to come. Another reason is because he produces for top artists. He has produced for top artists and he will continue to, such as Snoop Dogg, 50 Cent, Eminem, and Kendrick Lamar. Also, it's been in production for over 10 years now, and if it ever comes out, hopefully it does, Detox will be his final album, which will be a big hit in the hip-hop industry. He's also been featured on many tracks over the years, and because of his popularity and his skill, he'll continue to be looked at as one of the top in the industry. And along with being featured on tracks, he headlined Coachella in 2011, which is one of the biggest music festivals in the world. And all these things combined would keep him relevant in music and business for many years to come.
Dr. Dre, as of right now, is married with 5 kids and is very healthy and fit for a man his age. There is no known serious drug use in his past life, and nothing that could be very detrimental to his health. He is constantly in the music world, discovering new talent, bringing people into the mainstream, and he's, of course, making money through his many business ventures that we mentioned previously in the presentation. His musical talents are always in high demand. People always want to work with him, and people always want to be under his wing and learn from who is more or less the master of the rap world.
We'll be discussing Dr. Dre's overall influence. The influence has spanned over many decades through his artists that he has signed, such as Snoop Dogg, Tupac, even today, 50 Cent, Eminem, Kendrick Lamar, The Game. They've been all over the rap industry forever. He puts out albums by himself that has sold millions and millions of copies worldwide. He's multiple Grammy-winning artist, as we have said before. He has over a dozen different awards to cement his legacy throughout the rap world. He's an entrepreneur. He's had millions and millions of sales throughout his headphones, his producing, royalties. Everything that he has been through has had an influence over the young black community and basically our nation as a whole. And he's a game changer. He's influenced many different things, such as G-Funk, came out with a new rap genre. He came out with NWA, which was a game-changing revolution for young black youth in the West Coast. So an overall influence over many decades. He has been a big influence in music culture and pop culture as a whole.
Rolling Stones ranked Dr. Dre number 56 on their 100 greatest artists of all time. Due to all the information we have collected, this is why we think Dr. Dre will have a long-lasting, successful career, not just in music, but in business and marketing, and he's an innovator. We want to thank you for your time, and this is why we believe that Dr. Dre will have a long-lasting career.